on the previous episode.
You see the running backs on the option route. He blitzes everyone off to the left, and I try to make a hot read to the running back, just kind of on a streak, and he curls right when the ball goes over his head. Welcome back, YouTube, episode 15 of the No Money Spent series. And this episode, we're going to be talking more about gameplay, but first, we finally hit some luck and get the +1 speed for the wide receivers on the strategy item. So this episode's not all bad, but that's about the only good we're going to see in this episode. After the Super Bowl struggles, I start playing another season the next day, and it starts out good. We get 2 or 3 wins, I think, to start, but eventually we go on a 6-game losing streak, which I think all 6 losses are shown briefly in this episode. But I want to talk more going into Weekend League, my offense, my defensive meta. The meta's going on right now, so you're going to see some clips in the background of me scoring and throwing a lot of stupid interceptions, maybe me getting a couple interceptions. But starting with the offensive meta, I've been running gun bunch offset since the last year. You see another dumb pick, but I've been running gun bunch offset since the beginning of last year, and I'm continuing it this year, and honestly, it's been really good. The meta, by the way, the meta is like the best formation, the best way to play a certain game. So like Warzone, the best guns are called the meta guns, and Madden, the best defensive formations, the best offensive formations. That's what I mean by meta. So right now, the offensive meta is either gun bunch offset or just gun bunch normal, with a lot of flood concepts, with zones being very average. My offense has been really good in between 20s. The only real struggle zone right now has been in the red zone, which I think a lot of people struggle. And I've started to run from canes that I copied, the deuce close, and I tend to just run stretch, halfback, wham, and I have like 1 or 2 passing plays out of it. My offense generally has not been the issue. The only thing is I need to stop being greedy in the red zone and trying to get touchdowns, sometimes settle for 3. I throw a lot of really stupid interceptions in the red zone pretty much. I think maybe one of them is right here. Nah, here's a touchdown. But back to the offense. Going into Weekend League, I need to be better about game managing in terms of clock situations, and really, if I have the ball to start the second half and I have the ball in the last 2 minutes, really clocking it to where my opponent doesn't see the ball in the end of the first half, so I go score and score, 2 straight scores. But moving on, since offense, I don't really have that many issues. I have a good base, 4 or 5 plays. Moving on to defense, I originally, throughout my first 2 seasons, or that my first season and this season, I was running a lot of big nickel over G and 1-4-6, running a mixture of cover 2, cover 3, but mostly cover 2, but I wouldn't be sending any pressure. I really only be sending 3, maybe 4, but with contained. So I really have 1 person pass rushing as my D tackle. As you see, there's a silly pick that I throw. But this game, the meta in defense right now is zones are terrible, man's terrible. The zones just don't react in time a lot. Like even purples won't play purples, they don't play flats, they don't play anything. So I'm gonna end up switching from the Dolphins playbook, which has 1-4-6, big nickel over G, 3-3-5 wide, to one of only 2 defensive playbooks that have both 3-3-5 normal and 3-3-5 wide, which the cheapest one is the multiple defense. It's like alternate playbook. It cost me 20,000. It goes for about 25k right now. The other one being the 46 defense, and it costs like 50k. So I would just say get the multiple if you want 3-3-5 into 3-3-5 wide. And the reason it's so expensive, it's the only playbook with those 2 formations, because when you come out in 3-3-5 normal, you could have 8 DBs on the field with your 3 down linemen, and you can audible down into 3-3-5 wide with your safeties playing outside linebackers, which is really glitchy. If you come out just a normal 3-3-5 wide, those will be outside linebackers, so they'll be a lot slower. So I end up having like Nasir Adderley and Cam Chancellor playing outside linebackers in coverage or blitzing. But the reason I've gone to the 3-3-5 into the 3-3-5 wide is not really because of that. It's more because of the blitz. There's really only a couple of blitzes right now. Since zones are so bad, I've learned, as you see, a pick inaccurate, bull pass for Josh Allen loses me this game. But zones, just sitting back in coverage and rushing 3 was good for a time, but when you play the better people, you play the better players, they're just going to keep picking you apart, running the same cover 2 with both a purple and a cloud flat on both sides and one user in the middle. They have all day in the pocket. I was really struggling on defense. In this game, I play Big Bull EB, who I recognize the name. I think he gets top 100s, but he smokes me. CC 4th and goal, I get stuffed. But back to defense, sitting in zones, just basically letting your opponent do whatever you want, as long as they make the right play, the right concepts on the field. They're gonna, I can't force anything. So I'm moving into 3-3-5 to 3-3-5 wide to send a little more pressure. Kane's was sending about 5 or 6 every play, and it's better. It's honestly better than just sitting back sending 3. I'd rather force the issue, make my opponent have to actually make a quick read, make a decision that will either be a first down or an interception. When I'm sitting in coverage, it's not really an interception, it's either a first down or a throwaway. I need to press the issue, make my opponent have to make really tight, quick decision making, because a lot of players can't do that. So that's really why I'm switching into 3-3-5 to 3-3-5 wide. But watching these games back, I really just wasn't managing the game well. You see, he is all day in the pocket. The cover 2s were really getting killed over the top and through the middle. I'm down 17-7 here. Offense really hasn't been an issue all day. But see, like, just stupid interceptions. Like, I wasn't even pressured. I threw that, and at that point, the game was over. I think I ended up quitting. We go into another. I think at this point, I'm on a 4-5 game losing streak. And now I want to go into Weekend League. Weekend League is starting today. It actually started about an hour ago. I don't know if I can get top 100. I see another stupid red zone interception where I should have just checked down, maybe taken 3. One interception with the way defense is and how easy offense is in this game. One interception and the game's over if your opponent is decently good. So turnovers are killer on offense. I need to start limiting those as much as I can. But back to Weekend League. The expectations for Weekend League, I don't know if I get top 100. This is really going to be a play and see type of weekend. First weekend, I didn't think I'd get top 100, but I did, and honestly, I really wasn't that good at the game. But I'm still expecting to get about 17 wins. 17 and 8, I'd say, is the minimum, and then basically 17, 18, 19, 20. I think that's where I'm going to finish, with 20 probably getting me top 100. But that's really all I wanted to talk about in this video. There hasn't been too much content, as you see. Another red zone, just a terrible read. I don't know why I didn't see him. But there hasn't been much content lately. We do have superstars dropping tomorrow, which includes Saquon Barkley, Tyron Smith, Buda Baker, and Vita Vea, with Legends Saturday. I think Team Diamonds have a chance to come out next weekend, since Ultimate Kickoff probably won't come next Friday, but the following Friday for the week 1 of the NFL season. So we have a chance at Team Diamonds during the middle of next week. I don't count me in on that, but finally, this is going to be our last loss, I think, of this video. And luckily, though, when I do switch my defense after this, I do go on a little bit of a winning streak. You'll see, probably in tomorrow's episode, I'll show highlights of my next season. But I think I'm in the playoffs right now. I haven't played them. I'm going to use those playoff games to warm up for Weekend League. But that is going to wrap it up. As you see, losing on a last-second field goal for what feels like the 100th time this year already. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. Episode 16 will be Weekend League, probably first 5 games of Weekend League, hopefully some content. And until next time, don't be afraid to subscribe, do all that shit. Until next time, peace.